Every Disney World park has an iconic landmark, but not all have stood the test of time. Here are the Disney World landmarks that wore out their welcome. For 15 months, starting in October 1996, while Disney World celebrated its 25th anniversary, Cinderella Castle was transformed into a giant pink birthday cake, topped with icing, lollipops, and gumdrops. The castle cake had 26 candles, representing 25 years, and one to grow on. While the castle cake was meant to be temporary, the iconic Cinderella Castle, the ultimate Disney landmark, was hidden for 15 months. Unlike the current castle lighting effects that can quickly be turned on or off, the physical castle cake covered up the iconic Magic Kingdom landmark, preventing one-time visitors from taking a classic photo of themselves in front of the castle. After the 15 months, Minnie breathed a sigh of relief when Cinderella's castle returned to its classic form. In the year 2000, EPCOT celebrated the turn of the Millennium with Spaceship Earth decorated with a 25-story wand held by a humongous Sorcerers Apprentice Mickey hand, with the year 2000 sitting on top of the park's primary landmark. It did make the Millennium celebration seem special, but once the Millennium celebration ended, the wand wasn't taken down. In fact, in 2001, the year 2000 sign was taken down and replaced with a generic EPCOT sign. While it was clear why the year 2000 sign had been displayed, the new EPCOT sign seemed pointless and, in my opinion, cheapened the park. The EPCOT sign stayed up until 2007, when it was finally taken down and the Majesty Spaceship Earth was restored. Disney MGM Studios theme park opened in 1989 with two major landmarks used to brand the park: the Earful Tower and Grauman's Chinese Theater. The Earful Tower stood 130 feet above an area of the park where trams used to tour a studio backlot. The tower was reminiscent of the Walt Disney Studios water tower in the original studios in Burbank, California, where Walt Disney once worked. It was built in 1939 and at the time was a functional water tower. In addition to Earful Tower, Disney MGM Studios theme park's other major landmark was the Grauman's Chinese Theater, which housed the park's quintessential attraction, the Great Movie Ride, and was centrally located in the park, acting as the weenie at the end of Hollywood Boulevard, similar to Cinderella Castle's function in the Magic Kingdom. The building itself is modeled after the Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, famous for boasting celebrity footprints from the golden age of Hollywood. The beautifully constructed building in Disney MGM Studios theme park carried on this tradition, although the footprints were mostly then current celebrities famous in the late 1980s. Although both Grauman's Chinese Theater and Earful Tower shared the role of being the park's icons for marketing purposes, a new landmark replaced them both in this role. In 2001, a humongous Sorcerers Apprentice hat was placed directly in front of the Great Movie Ride, blocking people's view of the beautiful Chinese theater. Imagine if they placed the hat in front of Cinderella's castle, so that when you look down Main Street, all you saw was some random hat with the castle completely blocked from view. This is exactly what they did in the studios. Now, don't get me wrong, I would not have had a problem with the hat if it were placed in front of the main entrance of the park, the location where it was rumored that it was originally supposed to be. Mercifully, the sorcerer's hat was finally taken down in early 2015, and from that point on, the view of Grauman's Chinese Theater was restored. In 2020, the attraction housed by the Chinese Theater changed from the Great Movie Ride to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But the grandeur of the building is still beautifully visible from Hollywood Boulevard. Although the Earful Tower never wore out its welcome, it was taken down in 2016 to make room for Slinky Dog Dash and Toy Story Land. Disney MGM Studios theme park was rebranded to Disney's Hollywood Studios in 2008, and the Earful Tower was perhaps the last vestige of the original concept of the park being a working studio. Which of these landmarks did you see in person? Let me know in the comments. If you like this episode, then you will love these episodes about Disney theme park history.